Connecticut's reputation of being an ideal film set continues to grow. More and more movies are being shot here thanks to tax credits and the Connecticut Commission on Culture and Tourism's Film Division. Joining us now, the director of the Film Division, George Norfleet, along with Randy Five-Ash, the director of the Tourism Division. Gentlemen, thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Good to be here.
And before we get to all the exciting projects that have recently happened here and that are going to happen here in Connecticut, let's take a look back at history. 20 years ago, a movie that was shot here in Connecticut really kind of set the stage to make Connecticut towns, especially along the shoreline, a tourist attraction, and that's Mystic Pizza, right?
Absolutely. Mystic Pizza really put Mystic on the map as sort of a tourism destination here in the state of Connecticut. And with the success of Mystic Pizza, that in turn put the state of Connecticut on the map as a film destination for production companies.
Is that really what started it all?
Well, actually, we think so. We're going to take credit for that now, but they've been making films in Connecticut pretty much as long as the industry's been around.
All right, so 20 years later, and we now have this tax credit program. Are there 3 different programs?
Absolutely. There are 3 separate programs. There's the film production tax credit program, which is the one that we hear most about, that's really driving the attention to the state. But we also have the infrastructure tax credit program as well as the digital animation production company tax credit program.
And how have these benefited the local economy?
I would say quite significantly. Since the inception of the legislation back in July of 2006, we've seen almost $700 million worth of production-related expenditures in the state, which is spent on a wide variety of things, from gas stations, hotels, restaurants, rental cars, you name it. And it's a very big boon to the state's economy.
But also new production studios being established here in our state as well, right?
Absolutely, via the infrastructure tax credit. We have a major studio complex called Connecticut Studios LLC up in South Windsor that's planning on setting up a $65 million, 61-acre multi-stage, multi-studio project up there, and we're really looking forward to that. And
programs too, because we've recently gotten word about Deal or No Deal shooting here in Connecticut, Jerry Springer moving their locations, and many others as well.
We're very fortunate to have those things be a byproduct. We're really creating a viable industry here in the state. Deal or No Deal actually celebrated, if you can call it that, day 1 of filming just this Tuesday. So,
do they need any more Suitcase Girls or?
Actually, it's a little different. They don't have the Suitcase
Girls. Oh, they
girls.
don't? That's right.
Yeah,
they don't.
Yeah, they only have 2 of them, and the people that have the suitcases are actually Connecticut residents, so that's a good thing.
That's a fun twist.
Thing, yeah.
All right, well, if you need anyone for anything, just know that I'm here.
I'll make a call.
Let's talk about where some of the movies have been shot here in Connecticut. I think we should start with Indiana Jones.
Yeah, part of it was shot in New Haven. You know, New Haven is such a great place anyway. It's such a lot of things going on there, just from a business perspective and from a tourism perspective. And it's been on the film producers' hit list for a long time, and because of New Haven Green, and for Yale University, of course, it's such a great place. Peabody Museum is there. New Haven's waterfront. It's just such a great place anyway, and there's so much diversity there. They can use it for so many different shots.
And that was shot in late 2007.
Yeah, so it's such a great opportunity for a film producer and film directors to shoot there, so it's such a great place.
And it's great for tourism because, of course, it draws crowds because you want to see if you spot one of the stars in the movie.
Absolutely. And that's the great thing about film and tourism, is because people can go to these places all over the state now, and they can put themselves in the same places that the film stars were there. And it's a great opportunity to be a part of that.
So we know that New Haven is a big draw for a lot of these production companies and these movie producers, but Bridgeport as well. We've seen a number of films being shot there. Righteous Kill, one of them, right?
Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, one of the few times that they've actually shared screen time together, which is really important.
Yeah, what are some of the areas in Bridgeport that they've been particularly drawn to?
Interestingly, because you've got Barnum, the Barnum Museum there, the Beardsley Zoo, Captain's Cove, the Harvard Yard where the Sound Tigers and the Bluefish play. You know, the culture and the diversity of Bridgeport. What we've known and the people in Connecticut have known for years, the film producers and directors and the folks that are responsible for placing films are now finding out that Bridgeport is such a great place.
It also offers a very good urban locale.
Urban locale, yeah.
All Good Things is another movie that was partly shot in Bridgeport as well, right?
Yes, it was.
And some of the others, I know Confessions of a Shopaholic, which
Yeah. Well, personal
if you
story.
watch the wedding scene, you will see from a distance the back of my head. But that scene was actually shot in New York. I went down there and was in a scene with Isla Fisher just for the experience of it, because it's a lot of fun. And I bet you have a lot of Connecticut residents who now maybe never thought about an acting background before are trying to be extras in a movie, just for the experience.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's casting calls happening regularly in state these days.
College Road Trip, Old Dogs, right?
So many, yeah.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants,
Right.
too. Were those some of the others that had scenes shot in the Bridgeport
Marker
area?
also shot there with, or Pistol Whipped. It was released under Pistol Whip with Steven Seagal.
But University of Bridgeport, Seaside Park, other areas
Right.
that they've been shot
a
at?
lot of University of Bridgeport, and so many areas around the Bridgeport area. Again, is a great place for and for tourism too. You know, there's so many places that are double uses now.
And we also should mention Quasi Amusement Park. I didn't
Quasi.
realize that movies had been shot there. Which ones?
Once More with Feeling shot there last year. It starred Drea Mateo. I'm probably...
Yeah, Drea De Matteo. That's
De
right. They
Matteo,
shot a
yes.
scene in Madison.
Yeah.
I remember driving by that.
Yes, Chaz Palminteri from Bronx Tale shot there. And recently they just shot Bubble Trouble there.
Bubble
That's the
Trouble,
most-
which is now
yeah.
in post-production.
Yes, it
yeah.
is.
So,
Yes, it
yeah.
is.
And folks can go to ctfilm.com for more information on Connecticut's film industry as well, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
And
they
if you
can
go
al-
to ctvisit.com,
If you go to ctvisit.com, you can actually go to one of the on ctvisit.com. There are 52 getaways. Number 50 on the getaways you can go to is Connecticut Goes Hollywood, and you can click on that getaway 50, and you can see all of these that we're talking about here, and you can find out how to go to these places and a lot of others that we haven't even talked about today.
and see them for yourself,
And
where the
see them
movies
for
have been shot.
yourself,
And you
right.
also put casting calls on there as
That's
well.
what I was going to say. Absolutely. Check ctfilm.com for casting calls, crew calls as well, and just to get a listing of what films are currently filming.
Yeah,
this
it
year.
really is a great resource for an exciting
Yeah.
time for our state in terms of
Great
movies
time.
coming here, films coming here. So
Absolutely.
for more information, you can always go to ctvisit.com.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here, George
Thanks
and
for
Randy.
having us.
Thanks
Yes,
for
you
coming
bet.
by. Appreciate it.